Hi guys, WFX here. Um, Today is Saturday, and I mean markets are closed, but yeah, we are still going to review, I guess. Just just do our thing like we always do. All right. So on the 19th, we had this analysis on Bitcoin on the 19th. Yes, so I think on the 19th. I think it was on the 19th. Yes, it was on the 19th of this month. We had this analysis on Bitcoin on the 19th of this month, and it's that day our TP was here, but we also marked out liquidity around here that price can come here. So price smashed our TP, price pulled back, price came to take out this liquidity. By the way, this is 4 hour time frame, not even 15 minutes or anything. This is the 4 hour time frame. So you should know that this was some real dump, some very real dump. You understand? Like it's a lot of pips, not a lot of pips for the big boys, but there's a lot of pips still. Put back to our entry, and then boom, crashed. See, price maintained the downtrend because it didn't come here to change structure, and we still haven't seen some form of change in structure because since the downtrend started, this came, took out this, but it still came down below this low, so it was still a downtrend. Then this one, then it continued. This one closed below this one closed below this one, pulled back, came above, break of structure, but guess what? It did not maintain its position. So it didn't maintain its position, pulled back, came back here again, then crashed from there again. So it didn't maintain its position at all. And still crashing, crashing. It's still very much crashing. So it has swept liquidity here. Since the all-time high. So now, jeez, giving me the heebie-jeebies. Now let's see what we can take out of here today, if we can take anything out of here today. So previously we established that for that setup, for that particular setup, we established that where price was trading inside what range? Was it inside this range? Price was trading inside this range. Also, we were able to establish price not close, price then came close to close back inside, came to sweep this, close back inside the range. And then we saw some push to the upside. Yes, that's what we established for that analysis that we took this trade off. Okay, so then price swept, created new all-time high. Now we're done with this guy. Now we are here. Now we are here. This is a low that has not been swept. This is an high that has not been swept. So yes, we traded. I think that this was last week's weekly candle. This is this week's weekly candle, this is last week's weekly candle. So and as you can see, that last week when we took the trade, price was coming down to take out this low, this weekly low. Last week when we made this analysis, this price was coming down. Price was coming down. Taking the trade, the valid entry for this trade was the fair value gap up, but I think I pointed out that we were already in the sales, so we were already in the sales when price came to tap the fair value gap. This was the most ideal point to take this trade from the fair value gap, but we were already in the sales around this point. That's why you see that this chart. I see that this chart, the entry is here because this was where we took our buys from, our sales from that week. But basically, the sales were supposed to come from here, this fair value gap, because we could see the change of character when price came and broke this low. We could see the change of character to the downside, right? Then price pulled back, tapped into this fair value gap, and started, going down from this fair value gap, and since then price has still not come back to this fair value gap. So yeah, back here we can see that you are going to be can see here that price has swept the previous weekly low, and price has swept the previous weekly low, and price is I don't know, acting funky. Price is inside the range, not acting funky. But price is inside the range. So what can we expect? So this is 50% of that. All right. So yeah, let's switch to daily. Sorry. I forgot to mark out this range. Try to find it. Monday, 21st of July. That was when this candle opened. Monday, 21st of July. So let me mark out this. Mistake. Trying to find the opening price. I don't know a professional way of getting the opening price. Say that actually I'd say, all right. So we can just use the daily candle. And we switch this, since we already know that this is the zone. We switch it to the daily. So now we trace. So now we trace and try and find the. Today is Saturday 26. Saturday 26. Monday would be 18. Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Monday will be 21. Sorry. Monday will be 21. Sorry, I said 18. Monday would be 21. And this weekly candle still has 1 day to close. So we're looking at Sunday-ish. Or is it Monday to Monday? Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So say Sunday. Say Sunday. Say Sunday. Sunday. This is Sunday. This is Sunday's candle. This is Sunday. This is Sunday. Monday. Sunday. Just a Sunday closed. Sunday. Thursday. 19th. Yeah. This brother. Sorry guys. Just trying to find. I'm just trying to do something this Saturday. This is Sunday. So this is Sunday. It's just going to be very, very tiny. It's just going to be very, very tiny. Go back to the weekly. I won't even see it. Go back to the weekly. We won't even see it. We won't even see it. We won't see it. Oh, yeah, this is 50% of this range. It's 50% of this range. And you see that price opened, and you can see the crash. This was where this opened. This was this one's opening price, same price. So this one opened. It opened here. It opened here. It came back, then pushed up, closed here. This one opened around here. This one opened around here, pushed up, came down. So yeah, this opened here. This opened here. Yes, this opened here, closed here. This opened here, pushed up, came back down, and closed here. This opened here. Yeah. This candle opened here, pulled back, took them, came back to take out this low. Oh, sorry, it opened here, took out the low, then it pulled back all the way. I doubt it did that because I think we've been experiencing sales. Oh, there was a pullback. Okay, this was 22. There was a pullback. This was 22. Sunday 20. Sunday 20 was around, so 18, Saturday. This is where it's closed. This one, okay, so let's say it's closed on. The new candle open on Sunday, stroke Monday, like that. Then it came down, took out this low, came down, took out the low, then pulled back to 120. So it took out the low. Basically, this range, price has swept this range low. And we are seeing that okay, there is some form of push. There might be some form of push, probably to the upside, probably, but price got to 50% of the range, and we can see that price somehow got rejected. So yeah, this opened, took out the low, then started to rally up back, and some might have been expecting it to, or might have been expecting it, not even the right word. But basically, as it took out range low, and it showed signs of wanting to go up, wanting to go up from here. This is the weekly time frame. So go back to 5 minutes. Just switch to 5 minutes. See a bullish pattern that shows that okay, it wants to buy. And we have followed it. At this point, we have taken partials and set break even and just observed. So yeah, that is that about this weekly range, previous weekly range. So on the daily, yes. Now back on the daily candle. Now back on it's a daily candle. Sorry, back on daily time frame. This is the daily time frame. So swept range low, pulled back, closed inside the range. It's supposed to cancel sales. Are we still supposed to be looking for sales? Because yes, this is the high and low of that weekly candle, of this weekly candle, the high and the low of this weekly candle. Now, if we switch to the daily time frame, we can see that price came and swept the low, the range, then pulled back inside and closed inside the range. So now price closing inside the range, then we'd have to wait and see bullish pattern to follow it to the opposite side of the range. So we might be seeing buys. Might be seeing buys. We might be seeing buys. We might be seeing buys on Bitcoin because let's say, look at this. This is a change. This is a change. This is a market structure shift because sorry. No, but the fact that it swept this low, but it didn't close below it. It didn't close below it, so probably not even what I said. It didn't close below it. It swept it, but did not close below it. So we might be getting buys on Bitcoin. Might be getting buys, though the buys have already started. The buys have already started. But we don't trade Bitcoin. We don't really trade Bitcoin here. It's just mostly gold, mostly XAUUSD. We don't really trade Bitcoin. I don't trade Bitcoin. Personally, I personally do not like Bitcoin. So we're not paying any attention to it. So yeah, this low swept it, but did not close below it. So it's not even a break. It's not even a break. See, it's pulled back, and now this is here. So this might push to this point. This candle might push to 50% of this weekly range, and then from there, we don't know, price might come back, or price would, push for here. I mean, there are liquidities to be taken. There are liquidities for price to feast on. There are liquidities for price to sweep, so for price to feast on. Liquidity here is liquidity. Liquidity here. Liquidity here. There is a lot of liquidity is to be taken. So But then let's continue. Let's continue downward. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. 4 hours. 4 hours on the 4 hours time frame. Now, now the 4 hours time frame, as you can see, price broke this and closed below it. Price broke this and closed below it. Now, see, so price was try to shift structure here, as you can see, coming from high, and it creates a lower high. Now it should be a lower low, but it was not a lower low. Instead, price came from the high, the low, lower high, higher low, higher high, reconstruction. Now, this kind of thing, we would see that, oh, oh, there's a shift. There's a shift, right? There's a shift. The price want to continue pushing, but then the price came and took out this low. After taking out this low, creates a lower high, a lower low, right? Higher low, higher low. Again, shift structure, sorry, higher high. Then now higher low, lower high, lower low. So at this point, we don't even know what this guy is even doing, because it's just, changing. It's just changing character. It's just changing character up and about. And yeah, this this particular one, particular this one has really gone way above. It has really gone way above optimal trade entry, at least where I would be willing to take the trade from, somewhere from here or here. You understand? I mean, this is a gigantic, a massive fair value gap. This is a massive fair value gap. This is a massive fair value gap. Spans from here to here. This is a massive fair value gap, and the price does not even look like it wants to, respect or regard the fair value gap. It's just pushing. It's just pushing, and it will most likely break. It's most likely disrespects the fair value gap, because this is a gigantic, very massive fair value gap, and price is doing nothing but push. So you might see a break of structure here, and from there, price might just continue hunting liquidity. Price might just continue in the liquidity hunt. It gets price might just continue in the liquidity hunt all the way till it probably comes back here. You might see something like that, or price crashes. But I think I am in favor of buys. But the buys are gone. For me, at least, the buys are gone. The buys are gone. I was not active. Like I said, I don't trade Bitcoin. I don't trade Bitcoin. I don't like trading Bitcoin. Because it just moves mad at times. Look at all those movements, all those um, structure change on the 4 hours. So just doing it, it's not even following logic or common sense. Maybe I'm the one that is not saying correctly. But as you can see here, This is range low. This guy sweeps range low. This guy comes there, sweeps the candle that sweeps range low, pulls back, right? Pulling after it pulled back, then shifted market structure shift. That's as it pulled back, it was supposed to come down, probably take this out, but it did not. Instead, it stalled here. Then from there, there's a break of structure. Then from there, you can see a break of structure here. Now this kind of thing, we wait for price to either come to an order block or a fair value gap. We can wait for price to either pull back to an order block or a fair value gap, and then we take a trade from either one of those. But this fair value gaps are tiny. What is fair value gaps are tiny, very, very tiny. Look at this. If you can even call it a fair value gap, that is, if you can even call it a fair value gap, it's quite small. It's quite small. Quite small. If you can even call it a fair value gap, it's quite small. From an FVG, there's an FVG here. Tracing through, there's no FVG. There's a fair value gap here though. There's an FVG here. There's another fair value gap here. There's another fair value gap here. And price broke structure here too. Price broke structure. Price broke structure. Price broke structure. So let's fair value gap here. Just lay down the low for them. Now you can see this and this candle. Another fair value gap. Another fair value gap that price has come to tap into. That price has tapped into another fair value gap. That is a bigger fair value gap we've been getting on this side. Bigger fair value gap that is tapped and it's probably using it to push to the upside. Start small fair value gap that got disrespected. So currently I have no comment on Bitcoin because based off how my strategy, I wouldn't be trading. I wouldn't or shouldn't be taking any trades. I shouldn't be taking any trades till a sweep of the opposing side of the range, right? That is when I can take. That's when I can take or try and say I want to, peep any trades. I have to see. Here, here at OFX we buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. That's it. That's it. If I am not in the buy, if I wasn't able to take the buy, if I wasn't able to take the buys from here, then that's it for me. And looking at this, I wouldn't have gotten a trade because price did not come. Price did not come back. I probably wouldn't have gotten a trade on this 1 hour time frame because price did not come back. So price did not come back. Price didn't pull back. It just continues to stretch out. So here, buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. That's all. I like to leave the middle of the range alone for other people that want to trade the middle of the range, excuse me. I always like to leave the middle for everybody that likes to trade the middle. I personally do not like to, you know, mess around with the middle of the range. So okay. So like I was saying earlier, I don't trade the middle of the range because you'd more risk. Yes, you put yourself in more risk because now if I were to if I were to say okay, I feel like it's going to buy, then I take a buy, I would not really know where to put my SL, right? If I put my SL here, and price comes to sweep it, is it wrong to sweep my SL? No. What if it was coming to retest the fair value gap or retest something? If I put my SL here and price comes and sweeps my SL, is it wrong to sweep my SL? No. So I will come into this fair value gap down here to come and come and do something with it. You understand? It might be changing character entirely. So yeah, that's why I I always do what? Buy low or sell high. If I'm not able to take the buy from down here, where I can easily put my SL here and allow price to do its thing, and allow price to do its thing, and allow price to do its thing, then I'll just wait for it to come to the high. Then if I see a pattern, if I see pattern, if I see pattern, if I see pattern that sweep, go back, this, 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 see pattern like this, then of course, I'm going to take the sales. If I see a pattern like this, because if it has gotten to the high and I get to see a pattern like this, a sweep of the high, a pullback, a sweep of the candle that swept the high, a sweep of the it's a sweep of this one. So if I see a sweep of the high of range high and a pullback, and then a sweep of the candle or wick that swept range high, right? Then I see a change in a pullback, then change in structure because I mean it's going to jeez, means them network, network, network. Where did I stop? So I was saying that if I was saying I buy low and I sell high. Now, if I even want to take the seller, it's not like I say I'm just going to put a pending order here and say, okay, oh, if it comes to a tap sell. No, I have to see structure, right? I have to see structure. I have to see structure like this, something like this for me to before I can take the sales. I have to see structure like this where there's a sweep of range high, a pullback, a sweep of the candle that swept range high, then a pullback, a shift in market structure because I mean this is it was going up, so like an uptrend here. So an high, a low, and a higher high, right? Then an higher low, right? Then it then does a lower high. At that point, I'm like, I see this. So after doing a lower high, it then does a break of structure, a break of structure on the lower high. Hmm. That is bad for business. A break of structure, on a um a break of structure, that's it. It breaks this low, right? It breaks this low after a lower high. Then I now see a break of structure. Yeah, I'm very interested, right? At that point, I'm just going to wait and use a fair value gap or an order block that is here. I use a fair value gap or an order block that is here and take the trade. So at that point, I'm just going to um, take my at that point, I'm just going to take the shots. I'm just going to take shots. I would have just taken shots from that like this. Maybe I use the fair value gap or another block around this range. SL here. SL might be here, right? SL there, and then I push it at the 50%. I secure partials at the opposing side of the range. Then at the 50%, I secure partial set break even and allow price go to the opposing side of the range. Look at this. The SL I had to use was very, 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 very small. Very, 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 very small, almost like sniper entry type of trade. That is what we like to trade here, where we have to risk little for less. And to be very honest, you need to see our trades when we catch market. We don't trade with everybody that is trading in the middle. We're either waiting for it low or waiting for it high. Once we catch it, ride it, and the amount we print with very little SLs, times we print 1:9, all that kind of thing. And how much did you risk? Times we risk using 0.15 lot size, for instance, we risk about $45 to get about 400, to get about 360. Things with easy. Yes, that's why trading. I just like to buy low, sell high. That's it. If I had to just jump into this buy, where would I want to put my SL? I probably want to put my SL here, and that's ridiculous. So I'd have to put my SL here, which is risky because I might get stopped out. Yeah. So and 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 also, if it's for the buy low, I'll be waiting for a structure like this. After it's waiting for a structure like this, where um, I'm waiting for something like this, where um, I'm waiting for a structure like this, where um, there's a sweep of the range low, a pullback, a sweep of the sweep, right? Then a pullback, a shift in structure, break of structure, pullback, that. So that kind of thing. After the sweep has happened, the pullback, then another sweep happens. Then I see the market pulls back, right? Now, instead of it to create a lower, it creates an higher low, right? I'm like, Then comes and breaks structure. It comes and breaks structure. It comes and breaks structure. Comes and breaks structure. I do what? I take the trade with a fair value gap, one order block. I take the trade from here. I take the trade with a fair value gap, one order block. Put SL here. I might even put SL here. That's it. That's if I'm trying. That's if I want to be stingy. If I'm trying to be very, very generous, I put SL here. Put SL here. Yes, put SL down there. And you know how it goes. Ride it. Ride it. Now it goes. Take secure partials and set break even here and watch it go to the opposite side of the range. Easy. 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 That's how we do it. And then there are also some other things that we also factor in. It's not like as if we just you always have to be patient, patience, patience, observation, and 1% risk per trade. That's all. Patience, observation, and 1% risk per trade. Very important. Very, 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 very important. Patience, observation, and 1% risk per trade. Um, so continuation of what we have been doing. So on the 1 hour, there's nothing for me to trade with on the 1 hour. So I'm just gonna, switch again. 30 minutes. Still nothing. I don't want to take a trade with the 1 hour. Still nothing. I want to take a trade with. Sorry, let's switch to the daily now. Let's switch to the daily. Let's see. Now, this is the previous daily candle. Now, sorry, previous daily candle high, previous daily candle high, and previous daily candle low, previous daily candle low. And as you can see, the price is currently heading to previous daily high, setting leader. Da, 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 da. Setting dot it. Right. And now this is 50% of this. This is daily 50%. Percent settings middle center. All right. The 50%. So this is the previous daily count, this previous daily high and previous daily low. Now, with what we've seen on the weekly, I don't think I will be visualizing buys on Bitcoin. I don't think. But of course, like I pointed out earlier, all I need personally is to see pattern. So now, that's the entire conversation we've had so far about not taking the buys because I didn't see buys from down here, right? By the time price gets to this previous daily high, if price takes it out, if I see my pattern, if I see the pattern I always look out for, of course, I might take the trade. Of course, I might take the trade. This is weekly 50%. This is previous daily high. This is previous daily high. Price is heading for previous daily high. This is the previous daily low. All right. daily 50% now. Like I was saying, if by the time price gets to this previous daily high, if I see the pattern that, if I see pattern that supports my trading style, very like I was saying, if by the time price gets to um by the time price gets to the previous high, it sweeps it. If I see the pattern, if I see the pattern, if I see my bullish, if I see my bullish confirmation, my bullish trading pattern, which is let's do it one more time, which is basically a sweep, a pullback, a sweep of that sweep, a pullback, shift in market structure, break of structure, pullback, then of course I follow it, and at 50%, I'll take partials, I'll secure break even, and watch if price will go to the opposing side of the range. If so, basically, that is if I see pattern, it is a sweep of the high, right? A sweep of the high, a pullback, a sweep of the sweep that swept the high, a pullback, shift in structure, break of structure, pullback. I'm good. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. I'm very good to go. Very, 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 very good to go. Structure, pullback. Good to go. Can easily take the trade. If this sweeps this, right? So if this pulls back, then there's a sweep of us. It's either a candle or a wick. There's a sweep of that one too, and then they pull back, right? Now they're back. They will now be back inside the range. Let's say they stay inside the range, right? Then I see the market structure shift. So now it's coming on high, on higher low, on a higher high, and higher low. Then now does a lower high, then a lower low that takes out this. Right? I might take the trade with a fair value gap or other block and put my SL just at the last sweep and watch what price will do from there. So yeah, let's not forget that there is there's still the weekly 50% and the previous weekly high. So putting that in mind, I am just saying that I might, of course, take sells if I see a bearish confirmation. If I see a bearish confirmation. Now, as usual on the stream, as usual at OFX, we have two entry models. We have the high risk entry model where I'm just going to wait for a break, a pullback, a tap. And this is high risk because there is no confirmation. Because there is no confirmation, so I just see break structure, I see pullback, I see now quickly jump inside. That was olden days stuff. That was olden days stuff, but we've been able to further refine that into break, a pullback, a break of the break, a pullback, change of character, the break of structure, pullback, we enter, SL above there, then follow. like that. So yeah, mm, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's what we will be waiting for. We're going to be observing what's going to happen at this point. We're going to be observing what's going to be happening. So I'm interested now. I'm interested in keeping my eyes peeled. I'm interested in keeping my eyes peeled. By the way, after the sweep, we switched to the 5 minutes basically. Oftentimes just switch to the 5 minutes to see lower time frame confirmation, to see lower time frame confirmation. We just most times just switch to see lower time frame confirmation. Most times we just switch to see lower time frame confirmation. So yeah, we are waiting. Shit. My God. But I think this is where it was. Okay, that's probably where it was. That's probably where it was. They are precious in insight. Jesus loves the little children of God. Jesus loves the little children. The children of God. Right, they are precious in insight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. Yeah, we had the GBP NZT, we had the GBP NZT, we had the GBP NZT, yes, we had the GBP NZT setup. We had the GBP NZT setup, and price has tapped into it. But just observing, just observing, just observing, just observing. Back to my Bitcoin. Jesus loves the little children. The children of the world. So I think we can set the price a lot. But there, once price gets there, we see what's going to happen. If we see confirmation and we take the trade, we would keep you guys posted. We'll keep you guys posted on our YouTube channel. Okay, that might be.